What's up, everybody? Altachia here. Back with, to try again, I suppose it's more accurate, the Slurs tier list. I had to research all the ones I'm gonna actually have to redo it, is what I mean, because earlier I tried to do it, and for some reason my stream could not stay up for more than a couple of fucking... Don't tell me it's gonna fucking do it again, I swear to Lord. The second I started streaming it, my connection went down. And I am about to become livid as fuck if I have the hardest time staying on stream because it doesn't want to do this for me. I swear to God, please just let me have this. Okay, anyway. So, as you can notice, retarded is in perfection. So I'm gonna redo everything I did before. It's so annoying. Alright. So, basically the tiers are retarded, lame as titties, basic as fuck, nicely said, well played, and perfection. Perfection is like the ultimate accumulation of like, it's good in an argument, it gets a good reaction out of people, and it has an either relatively fair meaning, or isn't like stupid or outdated or changed and shit. So it's like basically the ultimate facta of stuff. So like retard, everyone gets mad getting called that. It also just means you're stupid or slow of, like, learning capability and whatnot. And it's just good. So, yeah, whatever. It's good shit for me personally. But I like it. It's going in perfection because I can use it everywhere. Now, we're going to start with the slurs. I got them mostly in alphabetical order. I don't think all of them are, but I didn't really find some letters. I think there's a couple letters that I didn't find any decent ones that I wanted to add to the list. But I did a good amount, as you can see. My sources are down here. Uncle Ruckus helped me with a couple. I just had to find the... Anyway, and then we have the Racist Dictionary, which I found like 2 off of, and then it turned out it was also on the Wikipedia list of ethnic slurs. But the point is, you can use any of these. It's great. It's awesome. It's fantastic. So we're starting out with alligator bait. Now, before I really start, everything I say on here is pronounced to the best of my... as I want to. Let's be real. I could probably do it better, but I don't want to half the time because it's funnier. However, this is purely educational. Nothing about this. I'm not encouraging you to say slurs randomly, although my belief is a slur isn't a slur unless there's intent behind it, which means unless you intend it to be a slur, it's not really a slur. Fuck you. Okay? Anyway, point is, I'm not saying go say these things. I'm not saying whatever. I have no personal... I don't give a fuck about any of these. And here's my thing. Outside of, like, entertainment value. Because I hate every one of you mortals equally. All of you suck. I hate every single one of you. And personally, go fuck yourselves if you get upset about this. Because I will be laughing at every single one of you that actually gets mad about this. Point in turn, I also noticed that nobody had ever done a slur tier list, so I was going to do it. I have no choice. You've all given me the power by not doing it first that I've noticed. And if there is one, then whatever, I don't care. But I'm doing it my way anyway, because I've never seen it before. So, without further ado, let's begin the ranking and minor explanation of what I have on every slur I currently have. I've also decided, just in case the thing decides to fuck up again, I will not be deleting the slurs, because it was kind of annoying to have to refine those and put them back in and shit. I'll be italicizing every slur I use, and that way I know which ones I've already put on the list, in case I delete them before, writing them. So anyway, let us begin with the letter A, technically, by technicality. Now, we'll start out with abo, because I don't know why that's why I said mostly in alphabetical order, by the way. Only mostly, not completely. So abo is an Australian slur used against Australian Aboriginals. Originally, it was an informal term for Aborigine. It was in fact used by the Aboriginals themselves, such as in the Aboriginal-run newspaper Abo Call, until it started to be considered offensive in the 1950s. Although abo is still considered quite offensive by many, the pejorative bung is now more commonly used when the intent is deliberately to offend, as that word's status as an insult is unequivocal. Bung is also on the list, as well as some other ones, because it's kind of funny to me. Uh, so, Abo, we're gonna italicize that. I'm doing it in order on the list, not on the site. Not gonna lie, because it just means a specific person isn't really an insult, aside from, again, intent, I'm gonna put it in lamest titties. But Australians do got their slurs. That's fun. Alright, next one. Again, this is fun for me personally. Next one is alligator bait. Chiefly in the southern United States, but can be found in other parts of it as well, against black people, especially black children. Dates from the early 20th century or before, implies that African American children specifically are good for nothing except being used to bait alligators. I have a more in detail explanation of that one. We get to it real quick. Let's see. Definition, pejorative for young black children. Mostly arose from the American Deep South, Jesus Christ, and symbolizes the racial cruelty African American children faced throughout U.S. history. More than just a metaphor, the notion of alligator bait was an unfortunate reality that was practiced in southern states like Louisiana and Florida. Of course, the infants of black slaves were used to lure alligators out of swamps so their highly coveted skin could be harvested. And then, 19th, 20th century, it's also one of the oldest slurs of that time, I guess, on this other list from the Racist Dictionary. Not gonna lie, I'm gonna put it in basic. As I said before, it is hardcore, kind of basic as fuck. Because you can only use it on black kids, and it's nobody who's gonna use random kids. I guess you could use it as a threat. Be like, I'll make you an alligator. Okay, that's actually kind of funny. I will be saying every word. I don't give a fuck about other people's opinions, by the way. So all of them will be said by me specifically. But I'm still going in basic tier. Because while it is a little funny, I don't think it's funny enough to warrant anything higher on the list. There we go. Let me just go a little. Okay, make sure I have my spaces. I hate seeing the red line on it. Anyway, so that is alligator bait. It's funny. Yeah, we're good on that one, guys. Alright, next on the list, it should be Ongmo, right? Hang on, gotta get back to the other one. I got a lot of shit going on right here. Yep, Ongmo. Mainly used by people of Malaysia and Singapore against the European people, specifically the Dutch. This one is going in lamest titties because all it is intent. Once again, it's similar to Abo, where intent is key. And personally, all it means is it's Hokkien for red hair, referring to Dutch people from the 17th century, and then encompassed by the 19th century, expanded to encompass other Europeans. It's a neutral term usually, but it can be seen, again, depending on intent, it can be offensive. So once again, lamest titties, because it is not inherently offensive, and therefore not impressive. Now, next one will be Anne. There's a lot of these, but this is one of the few that actually encompasses two races at once that I found. It's very few of them, but this one, specifically. It was mostly used in the United States and Canada against white women or white-acting black women. While Miss Anne is also just plain Anne, is a derisive reference to white women. It is also applied to any black woman who seems to be acting as though she is white. Lame as fucking titties, because A, it's just a name, and B, that's fucking stupid reason to make up a random ass slur. So sorry, lame as titties, sucks shit. Anyone who gets offended by it is say it with me, class, retard. That's right, a retard. Because they are fucking retarded. Okay, next one. This one is kind of mid, honestly. However, Apple, United States and Canada again, thank you guys, used against the Native Americans, first used in the 1970s, someone who is red on the outside, white on the inside. Used primarily by other Native Americans, but can be used by mostly anyone, to indicate someone who has lost touch with their cultural identity. There's a lot of these on this list, only because I wanted to prove a point that everybody has a version, more or less. I didn't put them all on there, but everybody has one. But I think it's kind of stupid. So, however, it is odd enough that it can go in basic tier. Because the meaning is kind of fucking stupid, you know? But I do understand sort of what it's about, but at the same time, like, I don't think anybody's gonna get upset about being called a fucking apple. That's retarded. But again, it's not really as bad as, like, Anne, you know? But again, it literally is kind of the same thing. Someone who's lost touch with their culture. But it's not as, like, specific as Anne is. So you could technically use it at any time. Against Native Americans, specifically. But again, it doesn't mean they're acting too white or too black. If they're acting anything other than Native American, in which case, you could use it. So it's more versatile than Anne is. And therefore, it goes in basic as fuck. Because, duh. Anyway, next, let's go ahead and italicize you. And next one. Where are you at? Asing or Aseng, I didn't put both. Used by Indonesian people against non-Indonesia, specifically, or especially, I guess, Chinese people. It's used on everybody, but mostly Chinese. Basically, it's an insult to non-Indonesian citizens from the word foreigner that rhymed with Aseng Chinese name. This word is often directed at Chinese people due to Indonesia's relationship with the PRC. Again, I mean, lame as titties, in my opinion, because, like, it's still pretty limited. Like, in my opinion, that's limited as fuck. And it doesn't roll. Like, there's a lot of things wrong with it. I don't like it. And yes, you could be like, but Alex, why are you picking slurs from, like, other languages and stuff? You're just gonna put them in low tiers. No, that's not true at all. I just picked a lot of different kinds. I'm like, oh, okay, well, I gotta make a list, and I don't want, like, 15. You know what I mean? Come on, man. But yeah, this one's going hardcore into this one because it just means foreigner. It's just, and again, if it had meant anything else, I might have actually put it in, like, basic as fuck or nicely said. But because all it is just like, you're not from here type shit, it's not even that good. Like, I could literally call you probably anything else. Again, if you're an Indonesian person talking to a fucking black guy, alligator bait. Boom, right there. Or even some of the other ones on this list that I have. Like, you could pick a better one than foreigner. Like, that's the main reason it's going in lame as titties. The meaning is ultimately what gets it put there. Not that it's in another language and it's like, oh, it sounds dumb. No. The meaning, for ones that have different language, so like, you know, Pajit or Schwarzkaye, you know that, or this one, Schlutenschieber. Again, I'm not going to focus on how it sounds, mostly, for the most part. It's going to hardcore be the meaning and intention that you could have with it. You know, the versatility. But other than that, it's just kind of dumb. Anyway, the next one is hardcore. I'm actually going to, because this one's very long, I'm going to copy paste this one into place. Honestly, I'm not going to lie, this one is very similar to, which one was it? Anne. Very similar to Anne, except the difference is, it's mostly United States against black women. A black woman who kisses up to whites, a sellout female counterpart to, Uncle Tom. Uncle Tom is not on this list, because all it means is the same thing this one means. And by the way, it's going in fucking retarded, in my opinion, because, and I'll tell you, I don't think anybody gives a fuck about this one. It's kind of stupid. Like, I'm sorry, but I would, if anybody ever called, well, I guess not me specifically, but I guess the one time when I was, like, Morpheus. Anyway, the point is, anybody called anybody this, you're retarded if you're literally a fucking retard if you get upset at being called this. It's not even impressive. Like, you could have come up with a way better thing. Personally, I like the Aunt Jemima syrup. And it sucks that it's not there anymore because people got all racy about it. It's like, okay, you guys fucking suck. So anyway, that's the end of A. Because we're awesome like that. Let me go ahead and turn this italicized really quickly. And then we will go on to the letter B. Now, I will actually point out a couple of these I did add after my first attempt at this, because I found a couple of decent ones that I like, but not all of them. Not a lot are still on the list. But the point is, next up is B. And I think these ones are funny. So Banan is a Suriname. I'm not really sure what that is because I'm too lazy to click on the link. However, it's mostly used against black people or people of African descent. It's Dutch, I guess, maybe. Banana. Oh, it's okay. So it's Dutch for banana. A slur that is used to refer to black people of African heritage derives from the color of a banana skin, which is yellow or brown and is therefore seen as an offensive way to describe black and colored people's skins. Of course, it also, that one actually goes into nicely said. Or no, yeah, nicely said. And its counterpart, banana, which I will do both simultaneously because they're both right here, is mostly derived in the United States and Canada against East or Southeast Asian people. Again, because yellow on the outside, one on the inside. However, instead of referring to the skin color, it refers to, once again, East or Southeast Asians or Asian Americans who are perceived as assimilated into mainstream American culture, similar to Apple. Again, this is just the Asian version of that. However, I'm putting it in nicely said because it sounds funny as fuck. Imagine just talking, having an argument with somebody, and you just say, "You filthy banana." And they look at you like you're a dumbass, and then you explain it, and they're like, "Oh, racist." That would be awesome as fuck. And yes, I do have apples and banana on the list. Yeah, apple and banana. It's funny. Trust me, it's funny. If you can get over the premise. Again, this is all educational. I just like to teach people the funniness that I've learned. And for me, it is purely fucking hilarious. Alright. Oh, hang on. Actually, before I forget. We're gonna italicize so I don't forget. Alright. Next up is Blue Gum, bitches. That one is all. Oh yeah. So like I said before, I was gonna put Barbarian on the list, but it's kind of stupid, and it's not really a slur in my opinion, because it refers to anyone who's not Greek, and therefore they consider them uncivilized because they didn't speak or follow classical Greek customs, and that's just what Barbarian means. So it's not even that good, personally. So there's that. Next up, hang on, gotta find it. Blue Gum in United States against African Americans again. This one's kind of basic in my opinion, so I'm actually putting it in basic as fuck. Because, I mean, Blue Gum doesn't really roll off the tongue, but it's just an African American perceived as being lazy and unwilling to work. Like, everybody has a version of that. So, I think that before I was going to put it nicely said, but now that I think about it, it's kind of basic. Because, yeah, it'd be interesting to hear in an argument, or just, you know, an instigation, I guess. But ultimately, it just means lazy. Like, you could just call them a lazy bitch, you know, or something else instead. Like, you could do that instead. So they're better options, but it's still not bad enough for lame as titties, because it is still interesting to hear. Like, imagine somebody just says, "You filthy blue gum, get a job," you know, type shit. Like, you're not, like, you're gonna be more like, "What?" than anything. Like, even with nicely said, you'd be like, "Oh, that's neat." Like, some people would probably say nicely said, but I don't know. Oh, by the way, some slurs in this list will be eligible for more than one tier if I find unable to pick. Like Blue Gum, I think I am going to leave them basic as fuck. If I change my mind later, I'll put it nicely said, because it is a good one to hear, but the meaning is lame. So therefore, it fits basic as fuck. But because it's interesting enough, like an interesting enough way to say it, I would not mind putting it in nicely said. So I might change my mind and put it in there as well later, but again, not quite enough to put there. Oh, actually, this one also isn't on the list. Blonde, I forgot to put that on the list again, because it's not actually, in my opinion, this is one of the versions that's like, it's retarded, because yes, all it means is stupid, and you could literally just say retard. So blonde goes in, because for some reason, somebody I talked to said blonde is a slur, and I don't think it is. I think it's just a basic insult. But from a homie, I'll put it on the list for you, because you are a retard, and I feel bad for you. It's okay, buddy. We all have those days. So anyway, blonde goes in retarded, because again, it's similar to Aunt Jemima and shit. If you get mad about it like that, like you get offended, you're a retard. And therefore, we should just kind of ignore your opinions by default. Anyway, next up, boar hater. Where's that at? South African and United Kingdom, used in both against the British people. Refers to a person who, and by the way, this one only goes, I'm actually going to put, this will be the first one that's in double tier. It's both nicely said and well played. So nicely said, because, again, it refers to a person who hates prejudices or criticizes the Boers or Afrikaners, historically applied to British people who held anti-Boer sentiments. It's racism against racism. So, well played. It goes in well played. Because it's very nice. Like, well played. Racist, you use a racist slur against the racist. Very well done. It's a counter-racism. You know, they're racist to you, you'd be like, you fucking boar hater, fuck you. You know what I mean? So it is good, but the meaning is relatively not as great, so it goes in both. Well played for the factor of, like, if you whip that card out and you fit the requirements, like, it's very niche, so you won't hear it ever, if at all. But, yeah, well played. Like, if you're British and that other person's a Boer, or South African or whatever, Afrikaneers, well played. Like, very well played. The meaning sucks. Like, the meaning is interesting. It doesn't suck, sorry. Boar hater. But it's not fully in either one, in my opinion. It fits both tiers. So therefore, it goes in both. And that's what I mean. If I feel like it fits both, then it does. Because again, nicely said by them. Like, wow, not bad. But it's also well played, because if they say it, the thing is, if they just say it to say it, then it's nicely said, because it's like, okay, that's pretty good. You know, I'm British. You're Afrikaneer. Therefore, okay, well, nicely said. I respect that. But if you're being, if you're a British person, you're being racist to them, and then they say, fuck you, you boar hater, well played, because they played your racism. I respect that shit. So it goes in both. Depending on the situation, it could be either or. And that's why I put it in both. In my opinion, personally. Again, these are all my personal opinions. Okay? You don't have to agree with them, which I don't think a lot of people will, but that's not the point. I like it, and it's funny, and therefore, I put it in both. Now, another one is Bog Trotter. This one, honestly, kind of basic as fuck. Like, I actually was tempted to put it in lame as titties, but the only word that comes to my mind when I think bog trotter, or bog-trotter, is literally just basic. Like, okay, you couldn't have come up with anything better type shit. And all it is, it's a basic slur from the United Kingdom, Ireland, and the United States against Irish people. A person of common or low-class Irish ancestry. So, it's not quite a slur. Like, it could be used as a slur depending on intent. Like, if you're a rich person, you go, you fucking bog trotter, then it's a slur. So it fits it enough. But, like, yeah, it's cool. You could argue it could go in nicely said, but I don't think it's interesting enough to let. You know, because I did think about it when I was making the list. I'm like, what should I put that in? But then I was thinking about it, and I'm like, it's not really interesting enough, in my opinion. So it goes in basic. So Bung is the next one. Pronounced Bung for some reason. And it's an Australian against Australian slurs. So basically, first used in 1847 by J.D. Lang, Cooksland, 430. I don't know what that means. Bung pronounced with, like, the bull horns from a Greek alphabet. Like bull, Australian English slang word meaning bung, meaning dead, infected, or dysfunctional. From bung to go bung, originally to die then to break down, go bankrupt, cease to function. Bong dead. The 1988 edition of the Australian National Dictionary gives its origin in the Wemba word for man or human being. However, Frederick Ludowick of the Australian National Dictionary Centre wrote in 2004 that bung meaning dead is not a Wiradjuri word, but may have been picked up or assumed from the word bung, which was originally a Yagara word, which was used in the pidgin, widely spoken across Australian colonial times. Now, you may notice that there is a second version of bung, and that is the second one used in New Zealand against Pacific Islanders, and it's just the same thing as the other one. It's likely derived from a similar Australian slur. That's why they're together, and in all honesty, I'm not even gonna lie, I'm not sure how to place this one. I am having a bit of a hard time, because it could, what the fuck? There we go. Could go in basic, because it's just basic, ha, you suck type shit. It's just, you know. But at the same time, it's kind of fucking lame as fuck. Because again, depending on where you're at, it means the same thing. It just means, you know, disgusting little thing. You're dead and infected type shit. So the meaning goes hard as hell, I will admit. But at the same time, it's like, I think that's the only reason it gets into basic. In my opinion, it's the only reason it comes in basic. Because, like, it is an interesting thing, but the spelling kind of ruins it for me. It makes me want to say boong instead of bong like it's supposed to be pronounced. So it's kind of like lame as shit, in my opinion. But maybe later if I decide, okay, the meaning actually helps with it. I guess if you were like, oh, yeah, maybe. Maybe I'll add it to this later. Maybe. I might. I don't know. We'll see. I doubt it. Anyway. Let's keep going down to, where's it at? Wait, what? Do I not have that one? Oh, that sounds funny. Oh, that's why. Okay, it was stupid. You know what's fucked up? A lot of these have this shit. Oh, wait, what? Oh, okay, that's actually cool. Hang on, I got one. I guess I misread this one. So funny one is brownie. I'm not even shitting you. It's actually spelled brownie too. Brownie. That's the next one we're gonna do. I'm adding it to the list. United States, New Zealand, and Australia used it against brown-skinned people and Asian. Like a specific Asian, or did they just mean to write and Asian? Za. Oh, I don't know. I feel if it's just one specific Asian, I feel bad for that guy. Used in the 1850s to the 1960s in Australia, it was used for the Aboriginal Australian or someone Japanese. In New Zealand, a Maori? I don't know what that means. Anyway, the point is, that one's funny. It's going into nicely said. Like, yeah, it's literally, again, just a single race use, technically, dual race. But kind of funny to fucking say. A brownie? I mean, come on, man. That's kind of funny. That's like being called a fucking banana. You're not going to see that one coming, really, unless you lived that your entire life. So I'll let it go into nicely said. It's still pretty basic, but the word itself, like, just the fact it's called brownie is impressive enough to let it go into nicely said. So I'll allow it. Next up is bushies. Let me look real quick. Here we go. Bushies. South African is where it originates. Cohesions is who it's used against. Historically used against the Cohesion people. Khoisan people? I don't know. Khoisan. People figure it out. I don't care. It's funny to me. People in the southern Africa referring to their nomadic lifestyle and reliance on the bush for survival. So because they like to exercise and get a move on, they became racist stuff. Personally, I'm not gonna lie. I get the feeling to put it in nicely said. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I feel like it shouldn't, but it is interesting enough. It'll go in nicely said. I like it, and therefore it goes. Kind of want to put it in both, actually. I think I'm gonna put it in both, basic and nicely said. Yeah, I'm gonna put it in both. Fuck those. Alright, next is the letter C, motherfuckers. Here we go. We're finally making it through the tier list. Okay. Hell yeah. Alright. Here we go. Okay, by the way, there was a couple that I thought was kind of stupid. Oh, actually, that one's way funnier. Hold up. I didn't know that one. Okay, so here's one I just now saw on the list. Apparently, I missed it when I was reading. So, camel jockey goes in lame as titties, because all it refers to is the camel racing trade, where they kidnap young kids and make them race camels. Apparently was a thing. I was like, okay, that's stupid, but all right. But camel dung shoveler is fucking funny as shit, in my opinion. Like, I'm not gonna lie, in an argument that would go hit. That'd be almost a critical hit. Like, I'm sorry, but that's going here. In nicely said. Dung shoveler. That is funny as fuck. And it's specifically against Middle Eastern people. Like, that's all it says. Which I think is wild, but, you know, whatever, I guess. That one's kind of funny. I like that. Alright, that's cool. Because Camel Jockey's kind of lame and boring. It would hardcore go in lame as titties. I'm actually going to put it there. Because, again, it's not really a slur, per se. It technically is, because it's referring how Middle Easterns like to trade kids for the camel jockey thing that they do, apparently. Which, okay, that's an odd sport, but I guess you gotta have your horse racing somewhere, right? Anyway, this is actually funny. This was funny to me. So, this one, I'm gonna say where it starts first, and then I'm gonna say what it is. I'm pretty sure most of you can already read what it is, but it's from Israel, is where it originates, against the Mizrahi Jews. Jew on Jew violence. I'm kidding. There are a couple in here, though. I actually put those on there specifically for that. An Israeli derogatory nickname that was common in the 20th century. The term is probably based on the accent immigrants from Islamic countries spoke. That's funny. It's shock, or baboon. Yeah, and you blacks thought you got called baboons. Fuck you guys. It was the Jews! You fucking racists. Man, you black people are pretty fucking racist for trying to steal their slurs. I can't believe you people. Not even gonna lie. That's funny as shit, but I want to put it in well played, because that would be one of the funniest fucking things ever. Because it's like, it's funny. I don't know why. I didn't know they had this many. I thought they just had, like, the stereotypes. I didn't know that they actually had full slurs. But I guess it's specifically the people from immigrants from Islamic countries. So it's the accent, most likely. So I'm going to put it, because of that, I'm going to put it in nicely said instead. It's still good. Like, it's still good. I think baboon will go into well played. But just not the other one. So yeah, we'll put it like that. That's how we'll do. And the next one... Okay. Where's it at? Where are we going? Where are you at? Chi-Chi or Chi-Chi. It's South Asia, used against Eurasian mixed-race people, especially Anglo-Indians. Probably derived from Hindi, Chi-Chi-Fi. Literally just means dirt. So I'm not gonna lie. Like, I am going to make the executive decision that it goes... Oh, whoops, hang on. I forgot to do that first. Let me copy you. Then italicize. I'm not gonna lie. Basic. Because it just means dirt. Like, I thought about it. It would be funny to be called Chi-Chi. And be like, haha, you Chi-Chi. But, I mean, really? Because it just means dirt. Like, it loses all funniness after. So, therefore... Actually, does it go into... No. The actual slur itself actually keeps it in basic. It would have been lame as titties if it was anything else, I feel. Because it's literally just another way to say dirt in Hindi. So, it's kind of lame. This one is fucking hilarious. It might actually... It hits well played for sure, but I actually might put it in perfection. Okay, so... Cheese-eating surrender monkeys. Holy fuck, I saw this one, I had to do a double take. I was like, what the fuck? United States against French people. This term originated with a 1995 episode of The Simpsons. I put it on there specifically for that, and I'm not even gonna lie, it goes in perfection. That is fucking hilarious. The meaning, I'm assuming, is literally itself. Like, it's some kind of insult to the French, because they eat cheese and shit. But anyway, it is funny as fuck that a slur came from a TV series. And you know there's got to be somebody that uses it. That is funny as fuck, and therefore, and you know it's going to get a reaction hardcore out of anybody that hears it. confusion or otherwise. Therefore, perfection. It's fucking good. Actually, see, I say that now, I'm gonna put it in both. Because I feel like I want to put it here, but barely. So it barely hits that. So I'm gonna go put specifically barely perfection. There we go. Like barely perfection. Because it's funny enough for me to say, oh, that's perfect. But I'm really thinking more well played because it is like from The Simpsons, pretty fucking funny. So I'll allow it. The next one. Is that on this list? Or did I put that on after? Hang on. What the fuck? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I gotta go a little lower on the list. Hang on. Yeah, okay. By the way, here we go. Chink. It's used in China, United States, Canada, United Kingdom, Ireland, New Zealand, Australia, and Philippines. Against East and Southeast Asians. Oh, this one actually doesn't have a description. How the fuck? Okay, this one's going off the list. I actually don't have a description for it. I'm too lazy to look it up. It's basically, what I was told, I guess I'll still keep it. What I was told is that chink is referring to the slanted eyes, like you're looking through a chink in a wall or sorts. So it actually goes in lame as titties, in all honesty. Because, like, that's kind of stupid if that's true. If anyone ever wants to put on the post or tell me what it actually means, go ahead. But for now, lame as titties, because that's kind of stupid, in my opinion. That's dumb. Chonky is funny, and it doesn't seem to have an origin. I think everybody uses it. And again, it's against Asian people. It refers to a person of Asian heritage with white attributes in either personality or appearance. Basically, just means you're too white, not Asian enough. So again, lame as titties. It's funny, but not enough. Once you know what it means, it's not really enough to save it. Oh, hang on. It doesn't have it. So, yeah, these two were kind of extremely disappointing in my opinion. So I will say that. Chuchmek is the next one. And that is Russian or Russian-speaking regions against the Middle Central Asia. In rare instances, people from Caucasus. In a broader sense, non-Russians or non-European-looking people. From Chichimek, a derogatory term used by Aztecs, by the way, and other Mesoamericans, to describe the Chichimeks as uncivilized, aggressive savages. Similar to how the ancient Romans called Germanic tribes barbarians, this name with its derogatory meaning was later adopted and brought to Europe by Spanish conquerors. Not gonna lie, again, basically anyone that isn't, it's basically barbarians, but for Russians. So, I mean, at least Chuchmek sounds kind of cool. So I'll put it for, like, saying it. Again, it can only really be used, it goes definitely in lame as titties, because all it means is barbarian. So, kind of fucking lame, in all honesty. But, however, it can also go in nicely said, because it is not one you're going to hear very often. So if you hear it, it is pretty funny. So therefore, I'll allow it to survive in nicely said only because of how it could be used. But the rest of it puts it in lame as titties because it's pretty fucking lame as titties. Not gonna lie. That's just fucking terrible. Next up, cracker. Now, again, if you get upset at this one as a white guy, you're a retard. Because it's kind of fucking stupid. Again. Hang on, let me go down to it. I know it's on this list. I saw it before. Oh, damn, I skipped a shit ton of these. Okay, that's funny. Hold up, that's actually kind of funny. Wait, does the French word mean that? Or this word mean that? That's funny regardless. Okay, that's lame. That's stupid. Here we go. United States, white people, especially poor Appalachian and Southern people. Enter general use in the United States as a pejorative for white people, though may be used neutrally in context. Can specifically refer to white settlers as the Florida or Georgia crackers. So again, it's kind of stupid, so I'm not gonna lie. Also extremely overused, so it goes in retarded and lame as titties as well. Because again, why would anybody give a fuck at being called a cracker? Like, again, I don't think anybody actually gives a fuck. But it is still a slur, and therefore, if you say it, you are still technically racist. Technically. Again, I don't think anybody actually gives a fuck about it. Any grown person, with more than half a brain cell, they don't care. And even then, it's still not even a good slur regardless, in my opinion. So, that's what I'm going with. Now, this next one is courtesy of Uncle Ruckus from Boondocks TV series. Yeah, some of them are. I think they are also on here, but that's not really the point, is it? Let me make sure it's not on this list. Ooh, what the fuck? That was kind of funny. But it doesn't have a description, you bitches. Okay, that one's actually kind of funny. What the fuck? That's kind of good. Sorry, I was looking at some other slurs that I saw on the list while scrolling down. Next. I don't know what that is. Or I'd use it because it sounds funny. Okay, here we go. Darky. Worldwide, everybody uses it. According to a lexicographer, weird, Richard A. Spears, the word darky used to be considered mild and polite, which is funny, before it took on a derogatory and provocative meaning. So, again, if you get mad at being called a darky, like, it is pretty good. Like, I would say, to say it, it's nicely said. But in terms of meaning, because all it means is just, black person, a hardcore, I wouldn't say, because if you ever say darky, you definitely have intent behind it. Unless you're good friends and you say it like racist shit to each other all the time, in which case it can go in. So I think it's lame as titties. Because depending on context, somebody might get annoyed or affronted, but if you get offended, you're just a retard. Therefore, whatever. So I guess it can go here too, depending on context. So therefore, it goes in this. Hey, this is our first one to go in 3. It's not a very good slur. It's also retarded because if you get, again, it's just not a good slur. But it's not one you hear often, in my opinion. So it could, depending on how you use it, it could be a nicely said. So I'll allow it. Next is dink, which is pretty crazy. I'm not in terms of anything. I don't. Hang on, let me look real quick. Come on, damn it. We have this. Sorry. Again, dink. Let's see. That's funny. I always think that one's funny. Not dink, but another one I saw. Not going on the list though, because I don't really consider. I mean, it could be used as a slur, but I don't think it ever is a slur. Some people do though. Dink is used by the United States mostly. Southeast Asian and particularly Vietnamese people. So the origin is about 1965 to 1970. Americanism. Also used as a disparaging term for North Vietnamese soldiers or guerrilla in the Vietnam War. If rendered in all caps, then DINK may be the benign lifestyle acronym for dual income, no kids. But he's using it like that. We're not using it like that here. But the point is, it's kind of basic. Like, again, it's pretty funny, but I think it goes in basic. It just means a soldier in the Vietnam War. That's it. Like, it's kind of lame. But I wouldn't say it's lame enough to go in lame as titties. So it's just basic. Now, here's one that is hardcore going in perfection because of how it rolls off the fucking tongue. Dune Coon, my boys. That's fucking hilarious. Yeah, fuck up. I think it started in the United States against Arabian people, and it's just the equivalent of sand nigger. Basically calling Arabics a nigger, which just means retard. By the way, I'm gonna go ahead and do this now, so I don't have to worry about it later. Where are you at? So nigger down here, we're gonna go ahead and put it on the list right now. And I don't really care what anyone ever says to me. It is retarded. It is not even good. It's just a worse way to say retard. Except it does the same things. That's the problem. But it's high-key overused and over-exaggerated in reaction. Like, it's not even a funny reaction because it's so blown out of proportion. All this fucking means is you're a fucking retard. An incompetent idiot, but it was mostly used against black people at the time of slavery. So therefore, in the United States specifically, therefore, everybody's all like, oh, it just means against black people. No, it just means you're a fucking retard. That's it. So stop. You mortals need to stop that shit. It's fucking retarded. Anyway, So we're gonna go ahead and fix that in here now. That I don't forget. Now that I was thinking about it. But Dune-kun is fucking going in perfection. That is fucking hilarious. And I will never change my mind on that. It's not going in any other tier. I don't know why. Sandnigger actually goes in lame as titties. I'm not even gonna lie, or even retarded. But Dune-kun, though. That one just rolls off the tongue, and it just means the same thing, yes, but it's funnier. Like, that's kind of funny. Like, if I heard that, I'd laugh. I ain't even gonna lie. That's just kind of fucking funny. That's hilarious. So it goes in perfection because it rolls off the tongue really well. It does have a generic meaning. Again, it's similar to retard. But, you know what? Fuck you, don't care. It's funny as shit to me. Therefore, it goes in perfection because I like it that much. Okay, we only have one E-letter slur because the others were kind of like lame as fuck, honestly. So I didn't put them on here. Now, I-tie is pretty much in the United States and United Kingdom against Italian people. It originated through the mispronunciation of Italian as Italian. Slang usually used disparagingly, especially during World War II. So in my opinion, it's fucking retarded. Like, I don't even think anybody was ever expecting me not to put it in retard tier. Because it just means Italian. It's just because some people couldn't fucking say Italian. And so they said Italian. So they're fucking retards. It literally isn't, it's barely disparaging. Aside from the fact it makes fun of Italian. Like, you know, so I'm sorry, but lame is, it's not even good enough to be in lame as titties. That's the problem. Like, you can say it is, but it's retarded. Like, hardcore. It's just fucking retarded. By a lot. Now, Fankui, basically is chiefly Southeast Asian in location or origin. And the targets are non-Chinese native people of Southeast Asia. The words, and any variations of it, are extremely derogatory since it means anyone other than Chinese have terrible attitudes and uncivilized idiots. So basically, also it has a Gui version, which is Gui or Guizi. Itself means demon. But honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna put it in basic only because it sounds like you're calling somebody funky if you pronounce it the way I did, funky. But other than that, it's not a good slur. It's kind of stupid. It's similar to the other ones where it's like you're just uncivilized. Type shit. You know what I mean? Like, okay. And your fucking point? Like, you seem more uncivilized just the fact you're saying it's stupid. Funky. Shut up. Type shit. You know what I mean? So, I'm not gonna lie, I probably should have gone more in-depth into more hardcore slurs, but I did the best with what I have with what I wanted to do. And this is still funny to me, personally. Well, I guess there's that one too, huh? No, I don't really care. Oh, that's actually kind of cool. Huh, okay, actually, I'm going to say this one as, like, an honorary mention. It's not going to go on the list. On the tier list. But it is kind of funny now that I'm reading it. So, Fresh Off the Boat. Its targets were Asian Americans or immigrants in general, referring to immigrants who have traveled to another foreign country and have yet to acculturated into the nation's ethnicity or language, but still perpetuate their cultures. The slur also was the name for a sitcom named Fresh Off the Boat. So I thought that was kind of cool, an honorable mention, but it's not going to go on the tier list, because I don't really think it's a slur. It's kind of stupid. Alright. Parang Ki Nak. Starts in Thailand and is used against poor white people. Oh, the poor white. See, even white people get racist against, okay? Have the racism used against them. Everyone is racist to everyone. I don't know why people are mad about it. Stop being retards. Just get good. Grow the fuck up. Is slang commonly used to insult white people, equivalent to white trash, as ki means feces and nak means bird, referring to the white color of bird droppings. So basically, it's like that. I'm not gonna lie. It is funny. It's basically a fancier way to say redneck. Or, you know, white trash. But again, so I'll go with nicely said, I suppose. I'll allow it to survive there. Because it is interesting, and I am going to allow it. But it's still not really special in the sense. So it is also going to go in basic as fuck. Because it's kind of basic. It's not really impressive to me. So therefore, I'll put it in both. Because it is funny, it is interesting to pull off. And anyone can say it, it's just mostly in Thailand. But again, don't. Alright. What the fuck? That's some German. Oh, okay, that's fair. That's actually kind of funny. Another honorable mention from the USSR from the late 1950s. Festival children. Children of mixed ancestry, usually with a father who is black or more rarely other non-European origins. It's believed that the first noticeable appearance of black and mixed ancestry children in the USSR and Russia appeared after the Sixth World Festival of Youth and Students of 1957. The term was often used ironically and sometimes in a mildly derogatory fashion. The term is currently not used, and that's why it's not going on the list. It's because it's not used anymore. As of 2 days ago when this list was updated, which I think is stupid, but whatever. We're looking for Feijalab. Denmark people is where this starts, and against the Norwegians means mountain ape. Jocularly used by Danes, mostly in sports. From the 1950s, Norway is mountainous while Denmark is flat without mountains. So basically just calling them a mountain ape. It's kind of basic. So I'll put it in basic. Mainly because, like, okay, it's just mountain ape. It's basically calling anybody a monkey. It's not special. Or a gorilla. Like, who gives a fuck? But, again, it is interesting, so I'll allow it. Frog Eater's a little funnier, I think. That one's against Sweden, right? Yeah, Frog Eater, nope, Dutch. And French Canadians. Oh, Dutch people, formerly French and French Canadian, currently. Okay, that's cool. Australia, Canada, United Kingdom, United States, and Germany is where this originates and is located. Against the Dutch people, formerly French and French Canadian people, currently. Before the 19th century, referred to the Dutch as they were stereotyped as being marsh dwellers. When France became Britain's main enemy, replacing the Dutch, the epithet was transferred to them because of the French penchant for eating frog legs. See comparable French term roast beef. Don't really care. Also known in Slavic countries, but only towards the mainland. French, see Polish, Ukrainian, Russian, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't matter. Just give me other words for it. So, the fuck? Oh, okay, that's stupid. That's fucking dumb. That's stupid. Why would they put that on there? That's stupid. I can see it being more... This other one, not Frog Eater, sorry. Frog Eater, personally, sounds funny. I'm putting it in nicely said. Mainly because it's like, you eat frogs, you fucking frog eater. So it's not creative, but it is funny to say. It rolls pretty solid. So I'll allow it. And therefore, it is now in nicely said. I'm not gonna lie, these top 2 tiers are feeling kind of lonely. But it's only because there aren't very good ones, in my opinion. So next is the G list. Here we go. Not the G spot, you perverts. Come on now, get good. Gable is Albanian, and Kosovo is where it starts, against the Romani people. It's just an expression of disdain for someone with the setting max up. M-A-X-H-U-P, I don't know what that means. Basically, it just basically is like, I don't like you. So, kind of lame as titties. Plus, Gable isn't even like an interesting word to say, so lame as fuck. For sure. So lame as titties goes Gable. Oh, poor guy. Okay, the next couple are going to be kind of cool, I think. So, next would be that one. Gexi originates in Kosovo. Against the Serbs of Šumadija. Derogatory expression for the Serbs of southern Serbia of Šumadija. That's all it says. So basically it's just, not very impressive. But it is what it is. But, I'm not gonna lie. Again, a lot of them are gonna go in basic because a lot of them mean the same thing and I couldn't find a lot of better ones. Oh wait, whoops, wrong one. That was stupid. I forgot to fucking copy it. Well, that was dumb as shit. I am a retard too, guys. Okay, I can say that one. Because I am, in fact, a retard. So basic as fuck. Because again, it's just a basic derogatory term. It's not like it's anything special. Now the next one's kind of funny. Ginjaki is in Australia, is where it originates, against white people. A white person having casual sex with an Aboriginal woman. I ain't even gonna fuck around. The meaning is stupid. Do not get me wrong. The meaning is kind of dumb. But that's fucking funny, so it's going in well played. Like, imagine getting called a Ginjaki, or Jinjaki, or whatever you want to pronounce it. That is kind of fucking fun. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, that's kind of fucking fun. So I'm gonna let it go there, okay? Like, I don't even really care. Gook originates in the United States. East and Southeast Asians specifically, but mostly Koreans are the target. The earliest recorded example is dated in 1920, used especially for enemy soldiers. It's been used to trace the United States Marines serving in the Philippines in the early 20th century. It gained widespread notice as a result of the Korean and Vietnam Wars. So basically, it's just like, specifically that, because they were warred against. It's kind of lame as titties, in my opinion. I'm sorry, that's lame as titties. Like, slurs coming from those kind of reasons are, like, the worst ones. Because, like, you're not even really just racist against them. You're just kind of like, well, we fought you, and you probably killed a couple of my buddies. Therefore, fuck you, you gook. And it's like, okay, but there ain't no heart behind that. There's no intent. You don't even really mean it. Like, that's lame. So therefore, lame as titties. Next. I'm not gonna lie. I'm really enjoying this for real. I am having a lot of fun with this. I'm not even gonna lie. Even if it's just me by myself, I don't care. I'm having fun with this one. Oh, I hope this doesn't get age restricted on YouTube. Or just get me banned. That would suck. Yeah, my Dark Souls stream that I last did got me age restricted. It's not fair. I even changed the title and everything, but they won't tell me exactly what was wrong. Although I have a general idea, but that's not the point. Please. Okay, that one's actually kind of funny. That's fine. But I'm not gonna do that one because I don't care. Okay, so Goyim or Goyim originates from Hebrew against non-Jewish people. A Hebrew biblical term for nation or people. By Roman times, it had also acquired the meaning of non-Jew. In English, use may be benign to refer to anyone who isn't Jewish, or controversial as it can have pejorative connotations. I'm not gonna lie, lame as titties. Like, saying it does not evoke anything from me. It's not funny. It's not interesting. It's not even, like, bothersome. But it also just means non-Jew, so it's like, okay, and... Personally, I'm also going to put it in retarded. A lot of these could go... Well, no, I'm not really feeling it's retarded. Because, again, I feel like almost everything on this list could go in retarded, because if you feel upset about it, you're a fucking idiot. But I'm going mostly off of, like, do I feel like it should? I'm not, like, putting it there because, oh, well, if you get upset about it, you're a retard. No, that's not what retarded is for. That's not mostly what it's for. Like, yes, I could put it there, and you could argue, yeah, that's what it's for. But mine is like, again, like these ones here that are already here, they're like, they're beyond lame as titties. Like, they're beyond that. Like, they're so bad, it's actually retarded that anybody gets upset at them. Like, personally, I could put cheese-eating surrender monkeys in it, because, again, if you get upset by it, you're a fucking retard, and it's from a show, so why do you give a fuck? So actually, you know what? But I don't feel like it should go there. I don't know why. Me putting it there doesn't feel right. You know what I mean? But I know it should. Like, I know it should. Because, again, anyone who gets upset at it is a retard. Because it's just from a show. It's just from The Simpsons. They made it up. It's just a French slur. It just says, oh, you Frenchie. It's the same thing as calling a French guy you Frenchie. You know what I mean? So, I don't want to put it in there, but it should. But I don't feel like it should because it's pretty fucking good. Like, it's so fucking funny. Nobody's ever going to get upset at it because it's going to be wild. And that's what I mean by that. Like, again, you could argue, but Alex, shouldn't everything in, like, lame as titties also go in retarded? No. Because just because something is lame as titties does not mean it's retarded. Trust me, a lot of people understand, but a lot won't. And that's not my problem to explain it to you. It is not my job to do that. Therefore, we move on. Did I do that last one? William? Yeah, I did. Okay, perfect. Alright, next. Where are you at? Next one is what? Greery. Spain against foreigners. So it originates from Spain against all foreigners. However, this one is actually an interesting one, by the way. So this one's meaning has actually completely changed from its original meaning. So, Guiri, again, originated in Spain, is used against all foreigners now. But originally, it was described I'm really excited. I don't know why. Originally described the supporters of Queen Maria Cristina. However, now it just describes any white Northern European. So I'm not even gonna lie. It's not even good. Like I ain't even gonna lie. I'm half tempted to make a slur that says kind of dumb, because it was never actually a slur originally, but then it became one. So let me actually look up right now. Let's do a little in-depth deep dive on this. Who was Maria Cristina? Ooh, Maria Cristina of the Two Sicilies. Ooh, 27th of April, 1806 to 22nd of August, 1978. Was the Queen of Spain from 1829 to 1833. Did I fuck up the dates again? 1806 to 1887 or 1878. Fuck! Why am I getting my numbers backwards all of a sudden? Yeah, she's kind of ugly. And Queen Regent of the Kingdom from 1833, when her daughter became queen at age 2. What the fuck? How the fuck does a kid become queen at 2? They're still a little shitbag. How the fuck? What, does she have more power as Queen Regent? What the fuck were those idiots doing back then? Oh, they're fucking retarded. Anyway, so 1840. So, 7 years she was Queen Regent. By virtue of her short marriage to King Ferdinand VII of Spain, she became a central character in Spanish history for nearly 50 years, thanks to introducing a bicameral model of government based on the Bourbon Restoration in France, the Spanish Royal Statute of 1834. Okay, that's interesting. I think your daughter becoming queen at 2 is kind of fucking retarded, but I mean, okay, to each their own. I mean, everybody's a retard at some point, right? Yeah, I'm not even gonna lie. If you're upset by this, you're a retard. Like, hardcore, it's not even a contest. Like, if you use it, you're a fucking retard. Like, I'm not even gonna fucking... Like, I'm hardcore going with that. Like, if you even use this as a slur, you're a fucking retard. Like, hardcore. Next! Guizi. Mainland China against non-Chinese. Basically the same meaning as the term guelo used in Hong Kong, more often used when referring foreigners as military enemies, such as Riben Guizi, Japanese Devils because of the Second Sino-Japanese War, or Meiguo Guizi, American Devils because of the Korean War. Not gonna lie, lame as titties, because again, it's not actual racism, it's just war-based racism, which is, like, kind of pathetic, in all honesty. Guelo, wrong one. What the fuck, I was totally reading ahead. Guizi is lame as titties. And Guelo is probably lame as titties too, to be fair. Damn, where's it at? Guelo. Southern mainland China, Hong Kong, Macau, to white men. Yeah, loosely translated as foreign devil or ghost. Ooh, actually, that's kind of cool. Or literally might be ghost guy. It's kind of funny, actually. Colorway associated with ghosts in China. The IO is a regular guy. Once a mark of xenophobia, the world now in general, informal use. Huh. So it's not even a slur anymore. That's actually kind of funny. I mean, it's kind of more of an insult than a slur. So therefore, again, it's going in. Yeah. What? I didn't put. Did I really press W for that? It doesn't have a W in it. Thought it looked weird. Anyway. Oh wait, I spelled that wrong. Guelo. There we go. Yeah, it's lame as titties, because again, it's just a war-based slur. It's not really anything special. So, and with that, we end the letter G slurs. How neat. We're already partway through the list, I think almost halfway through. How cool is that, guys? Alright, letter H. Ooh, excuse me. Yeah, it's kind of lame. Let's see. Okay, that's stupid as fuck. What the fuck? There's some of these that I'm looking at right now and seeing, and they're all kind of fucking stupid, honestly. That one's funny, but it doesn't have anything. Really? Wait, did I miss it? Oh, I did! I fucking missed it. Haegui. China and Taiwan is where, oh, basically it's just Black Ghost or Black Devil against black people. Used similarly to English phrases such as nigga or nigger. So, wait, it can be both homie and retard? Wow, these guys are pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna put that in basic as fuck, though. Because it is still pretty basic, like, kind of lame, but I don't think it's quite lame enough. I'm just gonna copy paste instead. Much faster for me. But yeah, hardcore, going in basic as fuck. Because again, it just means basic shit. So, where did I put that one at? There it is. Okay, wanted to make sure I did it. Okay. Hot. Oh, this one's funny. I think, if I remember right. Hottentot. Ho ho ho, it's funny. Where are you at? Hottentot or hot knot. South African against the Khoisans and Cape Coloreds or Coloreds. A derogatory term historically used to refer to the Khoisan people of Southern Africa and their descendants, the Coloreds. It originated from the Dutch settlers who arrived in the region in the 17th century. So, yeah. Again, honestly, a lot of slurs are pretty basic in meaning. Like, they don't even have a reason half the time. It's just a word that people got upset at, and therefore they used it. You know what I mean? So, honestly, I'm not even going to lie, though. This one is fucking funny, so I'm going to put it in nicely said. Because Hottentot, I mean, come on, that's fucking hilarious. Hot knot's kind of lame as titties, though. Like, I ain't even going to lie, but I didn't put it on here, so I don't care. Therefore, this goes in. Well said, because it sounds funny. Again, the meaning is the only thing that keeps it, and the lack of versatility is the only reason it's not really in well played. If it was for anybody, really, then it would be in well played because that's pretty fucking funny. Like, for real. It's pretty fucking funny. But it's not, so. Alright. Huana is Taiwan and Southeast Asian origin and non-Chinese native people. The word is derogatory because Huana means foreigner, which portrays non-Chinese natives as not human. It still needs a citation, apparently. In Taiwan, it carries the connotation of an aborigine. In Indonesia, it refers to non-Chinese native people descended from many ethno-linguistic groups native to Indonesia, commonly known by the term pribumi. So again, it's just you're not from here, basically. So I will put it in basic as fuck. Because again, it's not really impressive at all. Like, there's nothing really special about it, personally. But it doesn't have, like, it's not completely dumb. And it's not only one or two places that can use it. So therefore, I'll allow it for the mild versatility it can have. Now we move on to the letter I's, because there's nothing else here. Wow, really? There's quite a few of them. You know what's fucked up? Nah, I don't really give a fuck enough to talk about that. Let's get to it. Anyway, the next one is in Yenzi, huh? Okay, that's interesting. Let's see where that's at. In Yenzi, oh, the Rwanda people use it against the Tutsi. It's funny as fuck. A person of the Tutsi ethnic group in Africa literally means cockroach. Okay, that's kind of cool. In Yenzi. Okay, that's actually kind of cool. It reportedly derives from how Tutsi rebels would attack at night or retreat, being hard to kill like a cockroach. Hey, okay, hold up. That one's actually pretty cool. Most notably came to worldwide prominence around the time of the Rwanda genocide, as it was used by the RTLM in order to incite genocide. Yeah, I've never heard of that, and I also don't really care. Genocide's kind of the thing I do every other day. Mostly on the weekends, because, you know, whatever. It's a fun thing to do with a random kidnapped person. I mean, willing volunteer / participant. That's crazy. Anyway, the point is, y'all people take genocide way too fucking seriously. Acting like y'all ain't fucking done it before. Shut the fuck up. Well, y'all haven't done it. I mean, you've done it to animals, but not each other, because you just suck at it. Like, seriously, you guys fucking suck. But, it's whatever. This one will hardcore actually go into nicely said. Because it's just a funny way to say cockroach, and honestly, I'm not even gonna lie, I'm also putting it in retard tier, because if you get upset, I take being called a cockroach as more of an insult, or not an insult, as a compliment more than an insult. Because, like, dude, cockroaches are fucking bestial, bro. Like, you cannot fucking kill them bitches. Hell, I once sent a cockroach into a lava pit in the middle of Space Vegas, and that bitch still didn't die. Although, to be fair, it was glowing very, very bright neon pink. So, I don't know what that meant, but it didn't die, and therefore it impressed me. So, it's going in the nicely said. And retard, because, again, this is one of those where, like, that's kind of retarded to get upset about. Like, that's stupid. So. Okay, hang on. Another honorable mention. Indian giver, originated from the United States against the Native Americans, presumes that when Native Americans gives gifts, they intend to take them back. It is applied to anyone who does this to paint them as performing an action akin to an Indian. Yeah, I think that's retarded. Anyway, Injun is another one. Corruption of Indian. Again, United States origin. Native Americans use target group. It's pretty funny. Okay, that's actually kind of funny. British, another honorable, unless I have this one on the list. Is it on the list? Ah, it is. Perfect. Okay. Insula originates in Germany against English people or British people in general. Not gonna lie, it's basic because it just translates to island monkey. But it's fucking funny, so it's kind of going into fucking nicely said. Like, I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty fucking funny. So I'll allow it. Into nicely said. So I'll put it there. Fuck yeah, let's do that shit, dude. For real. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, that is pretty funny. Pretty funny. Now then, next up, we have... Hang on. I take her. Oh, Itaker, probably? Originates in Germany against Italian. Formerly used as a nickname for Italian soldiers, and since the 1960s as a slur for Italian immigrants. Personally, not even gonna lie, lame as titties. Because again, it's just, it changed from Italian soldiers to Italian immigrants. Italian, right? Okay, wanted to make sure I was right. If I'm gonna be racist, I'm gonna do it right. Although I'm not being racist because I have no intention of being racist. Here, I'm simply an educator, as they say. But it goes in lame as titties. It's not that good. Again, any slur that's based from like war or conflict, I think is automatically lame as fuck. And therefore it goes in lame as titties because it's like you're only mad because you had to fight them and they probably killed some of your fucking friends. And therefore you're mad and you're not even actually just racist on them. You're just kind of doctrinated type shit. So, anyway, is that one in here? Please say it is. That'll be so funny. Please say it's on this one. Ha! Alright, honorable mention, Jew boy. Originally, United States and United Kingdom, apparently. That's cool. Originally directed at young Jewish boys who sold counterfeit coins. Oh, okay, what the fuck? In 18th century London. That's actually kind of funny. But not a slur at all. It's kind of dumb. It would definitely go in retarded, because you'd have to be a complete... Like, again, the meaning is fair, but it's still lame as titties, and retarded as fuck, so... We'll put it in both, but I'm not going to put it because it's just an honorable mention. Again, another one from my boy, Uncle Ruckus. What's up, homie? And the Wikipedia list of ethnic slurs. Mostly Uncle Ruckus, because I didn't see it here until after that one. Anyway, originating in the United States. Black people with stereotypical black features, dark skin, wide nose, big lips. From a Bantu verb, shikabo, meaning they bow the head docilely, indicating meek or servile individuals. So, personally, I'm not gonna lie, when I heard it from Uncle Ruckus, I was like, oh, it just means, like, something, derogative. But really, this just sounds more like an adjective. So, I'm not gonna lie, it kind of goes in retarded. Because, like, yeah, it also goes in lame as titties. It goes in both. It goes in retarded because you get upset. It's kind of fucking retarded. Like, why would you get upset at this? But it's also because of the meaning. Yeah, I mean, it's funny, but it's not funny enough to get into basic. So it's hardcore lame as titties, because again, the meaning kind of ruins any funniness of the word. Again, jigaboo, it sounds kind of funny. But again, when you realize it just means that, it's like, okay, that's kind of lame. It's not funny anymore now. But ultimately, whatever. And from there, we move on to the cave. Okay, that one's actually kind of funny. Did I not have that one there? Or is it in the wrong order? Oh, I guess I didn't. So I won't say it because it is kind of stupid, actually. Where is that one at? What is it? Cascob. Right here, Cascob. Okay, that's funny. It originates in Germany against the Dutch people, and it's a Middle German slur that translates to cheesehead. So, it's kind of funny. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I won't lie. I'm gonna put it in nicely said, but also lame as titties. Or no, you know what? Basic as fuck. It's earned that, I think. Because it is kind of lame, but it would be funny to hear. I don't think anybody really says it. So, nah, lame as titties. It's still pretty bad. Like, it's still pretty lame. So, I'll put it there. Anyway, that's the only K letter one we have that I found that was funny that I liked. So, therefore, you know. Wait, what? Huh. Okay, that's interesting. Found another one, but I'm not going to say it because I don't really think it's enough to be an honorable mention. I don't think that's how they do those, but I'm still going to do it. Damn, there's a lot of K ones, but most of them are stupid. Like, so fucking dumb. And I'm going straight, so I guess there's no L ones that I cared about. Therefore, I'm skipping straight to M. Malak Khor. Where's that at? Right here. So, originates in Iran and against Arabian people, meaning a locust eater. Referring to the eating of locusts in Arab cuisine. Not gonna lie. Nicely said. I'm not gonna lie. If somebody called me well, I guess not me, but really anybody a locust eater, I'm not gonna lie. That's kind of funny. Again, that's kind of funny. But it's also kind of lame. Like, oh no, I won't put it in lame. I'll keep it in nicely said. I'll allow it to stay there. That's still pretty fucking funny. Calling them a locust eater is a pretty hardcore move. Like, I will not lie. Honestly, I didn't even know they had locust-based moves. Foods. That's wild. That's like eating snails and shit. Y'all are fucking weird as shit. But you're allowed to eat whatever you want because I can't tell you what to do, and I don't honestly give a fuck either. So, next is Madrazi. Where's that at? Wait, what? Come on, where you at? Oh, I had him in the opposite order. That was weird. Madrazi originates in northern India against South Indian people, which is... Wait, we really have Indian on Indian violence? Nice! Originally used as a demonym to refer to the people of the Madras Presidency, which included most of South India. Nowadays, it's mostly used as a slur by North Indian against South Indians, refers to a harmful stereotype of all South Indian people. Not even gonna lie, lame as titties. Because again, this one's just politically induced. That's even worse than war induced. Like, it's fucking kind of stupid. Like, you guys, honestly, I'm not even gonna lie. If you even use this one, you're a retard. So it actually goes in retarded tier. For sure. Here's my next one. This one goes in well played no matter what. Mayonnaise monkey. Oh my fucking god, white people. Y'all have a monkey slur. I love it. It's hilarious. United States is the origin against white people. A term commonly used by black people. A person with a mayonnaise-like complexion. I'm sorry. It goes into very well played. Hardcore. But it also goes in retarded. Because if you get mad at it, you're a fucking, say it with me, class, retard. That's right. A fucking retard. If you don't laugh at being called a mayonnaise monkey, you are by far fucking retarded. As all hell. Like, hardcore. Like, you couldn't be, like, that's a diagnosis right there. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. Anytime I call somebody a retard, it's probably a diagnosis, depending on who you are. That's retarded. Okay, yeah, that one's not the mayonnaise monkey. This other one I saw. Sorry, I'm looking at the list as I go. Okay, so Mzungu, Easterns in Southern Africa, as well as the Democratic Republic of the Congo, against white people, may be both pejorative and affectionate, depending on usage. I'm not gonna lie. Lame as titties, because it's basically similar to nigger. Again, black people use nigger all the time against each other. Which here's my slur etiquette take. It's a hot take, I'm 100% sure, but I'm gonna say it because I truly believe it. If you, as a black person, or anybody who gets offended by the word nigger, use the word nigger or any of its derivatives, you automatically lose all your rights to an opinion. I will no longer give a fuck what you have to say. It goes in retarded. Am I thinking that right? Yeah, because it has no clear meaning either way, and it's fucking retarded anyway. But again, if you say like nigger, nigga, you know, that sort of shit, but you get mad when anyone who isn't basically has white skin, because you, again, black people let Mexicans, Spanish people, anyone with even tan skin say it, even if they're not black in any way, shape, or form. You guys let them say it, but you won't let any white person say it, ever. You guys are retarded, hardcore, let's go ahead and bold that, extremely fucking retarded, hell, really quick, retarded, okay, extremely so. Okay, just go a little lower, subheading, there we go, and then unbold it. I guess we could go a little lower, into section, yeah, there we go, section. Anyway, you are retarded, because again, you guys say it all the time, and all it means is you're retarded, but for kind of black people. So again, you could argue, but it changed meanings. Okay, then why can't anybody else say it? Well, why can't white people say it then? If it changed meanings, you could argue it. You could argue, oh, but Alex, you know, black people changed the meaning. It doesn't mean what it used to mean anymore. It kind of, you know. Okay, then why can't white people say it? Especially if they're your friends. Like, especially if they're your friends. Why can't they say it? Because you know they're your friends, and they're not meaning it in a racist way. So why can't they? And especially since nigga literally just means homie. The A, the G-A, N-I-G-G-A, or nigga, which is N-I-G-G-U-H. Why can't they use those? Nigger, I can understand. Maybe you don't want them saying that because, okay, whatever, bullshit, crap you've made up in your head. Sure. But why can't they use the other two? It just means homie or homeboy, right? Friend? So why can't they use it? That's my opinion. I'm sure it's a hot take. And guess what? I don't give a fuck. If you don't agree with me, that's fine. I don't get paid to give a shit. But you gotta admit, I make a fair point. If you don't like it, if you don't like hearing the word nigger, nigga, whatever, you're not allowed to say it either. Because the moment you do, you become a hypocrite. And therefore, anyone is allowed to say it. That's my opinion. And that's with any slur, by the way. Any slur on this list, I hold the same exact fucking opinion for. Every single slur. In terms of racism and slurs and shit, if you don't want someone to say it to you and you actually don't like it, you yourself are no longer allowed to say any of these fucking slurs that I have on this list or any other slur in existence anywhere. Because by default, you do not like slurs, and therefore you should not be saying them. Because if you do, you are a fucking hypocrite. And that means it's more of rules for thee but not for me type shit. Which means you automatically should be allowed to get knocked the fuck out. If you ever say a slur and then say, but you can't say it, you deserve to be knocked out. Because you're a hypocrite and you're kind of a piece of shit retard. And I will laugh when you get decked like that because you deserve it. Again, that's my opinion, personally. I think that. Doesn't mean anyone else does. And that's perfectly fine. But if you're going to be a slur guy, if you're going to say slurs, learn to have some fucking etiquette with it. I'm just saying. Learn to have some fucking etiquette. That's my point. Again, that's what I think, personally. Next, slur. Niggeritis. Okay, this one is kind of funny. Well, actually, I already put nigger on here, yeah. Let me go ahead and do the... Ooh, excuse me. Actually, let me go ahead and do the actual definition for nigger. It still stays in retarded. Again, international, worldwide, against black people, especially African Americans. So the actual definition I have here is, from the Spanish and Portuguese word negro, which means black, derived from the Latin niger, The Spanish or Portuguese term or other such languages deriving the term from it, such as Filipino, may vary in its connotation per country. Excuse me. Where some countries, the connotation may range from either positive, neutral, or negative, depending on context. Again, intent is extremely fucking important. For example, in Spanish and Portuguese, Negro may simply refer to the color black. Among Spanish dialects in different countries, it may either have positive or negative connotations, such as describing someone similarly to my darling or my honey in Argentina, or describing someone to be angry in Spain. In Portuguese, the term Negro is often preferred to the more offensive preto. That's funny. However, due to the influence of U.S. American pop culture, the N-word, nigger, can be found in the language as Anglicism, with identical connotations as the English term. That's kind of generic, but basically, that's kind of the more basic language description than anything. They didn't explain the... Anyway, it basically is similar to fucking retard, but it's mostly used against black people. Is the added that they, for some reason, didn't put. I don't know why, that's weird. Anyway, niggeritis, which I thought was funny, because it's from the Caribbean, which I thought was hilarious. Caribbean people use it against black people. To feel sleepy after eating is referred to in and around the Caribbean as having niggeritis, a direct allusion to the stereotype of laziness of black Africans. Honestly, I'm not even going to lie to you. That one's kind of fucking funny. Like, I'm going to put it in nicely said. That's pretty fucking funny. Like, genuinely, I like it. That's kind of fucking funny. As fuck. So, I like it. It's going in nicely said. It's pretty good. Like, not really a slur. It's more of a stereotypical implication, but close enough. Anyway, the next one is in the O's. I guess I was... Really? Okay, another honorable mention, because, again, I like doing these ones, but there's, like, so many of them that we're like, oh, this just means similar to this. Northern Monkey originates in the United Kingdom, and it's for Northern English people. Ha! I bet you guys thought it would be for black people in the United Kingdom. Ha! Racist. For Northern English people. They can be racist against, too, okay? Used in the south of England, related to the supposed stupidity and lack of sophistication of those in the north of the country. See also Southern Fairy. That's funny. In some cases, this has been adapted in the north of England, with a pub in Leeds even taking the name the Northern Monkey. That is funny as fuck. I like that. Honorable mention right there. Honestly, it'd go nicely said. I like it. Next is the letter O slurs. And we start at the top of the list with Ofe, African American vernacular against white people. First reported in the late 19th century, origin is unknown. Suggestions include Yoruba, Ofetu, to disappear, Pig Latin for foe, and French Ofe, socially proper. So basically, I'm not gonna lie, I've never heard this one, and I just thought it was neat because, like, it does not have an actual origin known. But apparently it wants white people to disappear, which makes sense, but honestly, kind of retarded, because I don't really consider it a slur either, honestly, but it is what it is, I guess. Again, it's more of an implication again, so it goes into retard tier. Not even really good to say. I guess Ofe is kind of funny to say, but not really much else. Now the next, okay, that one's kind of funny. Okay, to be fair, this is one that's another honorable mention. I might actually put it on the tier list. Oreo. No, I'm not talking about the cookie. I'm talking about the slur used against black people, which apparently exists. In the United States, used as early as the 1960s, refers to a black person who's perceived as acting white. Again, it's just another one of those, you act too white shit for any race. And therefore, black on the outside, white on the inside, like an Oreo cookie. I'm not gonna lie. I'm putting it in both nicely said and retarded. Only because it's like, again, to randomly call someone an Oreo, I'm not, actually, you know what? That's going in well played. What the fuck am I talking about? That's actually a really well played one. Because I don't think anybody nowadays would actually know that, but it's not even that good. Like, you're retarded if you get upset about it. So, it goes in both. Anyway, the next one I actually was going to do is Oven Dodger, and it's another Jewish one. Basically implies that one or one's ancestors avoided dying in the Holocaust, and so avoid the crematorium ovens. I'm not going to lie, I like this one. Uh, I did not realize this existed. That's funny as fuck. Again, I hate everyone, but that's fucking funny. But honestly, I am also going to put it in retarded. Because, and if anything, I don't think it's a slur. I think it's a compliment. Like, again, if somebody, like, again, if a Jew got called an oven dodger, I'm not going to lie, I'd be proud. I'd be like, yeah, that's right, we're oven dodgers. Fuck you. How you like that? We didn't get killed, bitch. Type shit. So I don't even think that's an insult, and that's why I like it. Because it's good. It's well played. I'll even let it have that. To be fair, in both well played and retarded. Retarded because, again, if you get mad at being called an oven dodger, you are, say it with me, class, retarded. That's right, retarded. As fuck, I might say. Because I take it as a compliment. I ain't even gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of cool. So, I'm just saying. Next is the letter P. Patty. I'm not gonna lie, this one's kind of lame. However, this one's kind of cool. It's got a good history, so it goes into nicely said. It's also going in lame as, kind of basic as fuck. Actually, instead of, lame as titties. That's what I feel like. Patty is located, the origin is from the United Kingdom, and it targets Irish people. Derived from Padraig, or Patrick, often derogatory. However, the sister of Lord Edward Fitzgerald, a major leader of the United Irishmen of 1798, proclaimed that he was, and I quote, a Paddy and no more, and that, and I quote, he desired no other title than this. So, I think it's kind of cool, but it's still pretty basic because it's just kind of like, it's just Paddy. Just a funny way to say Patrick because that's what it was originally based on. However, it can go in basic, at least, but it can also go in nicely, well played, because if you're accepting it as a thing to be called, then I respect the fuck out of you, and you could throw off anybody on you. Unless you're friends, again, in which case you're not getting mad anyway. But yeah, I'll allow it to go in both. So it's pretty good. The next one is Pajit. Let me go ahead and just do both of these now. Why did I see Patty as like P Daddy? That was weird to me. I don't know why I saw it as that for half a second. That was weird. Fuck it, would even that be? Pajit is worldwide against South Asians, an invented term for South Asian people. Yeah, this is why I put it on here. An invented term for South Asian people originating from the 4chan server. Okay, that is hilarious as fuck. So it automatically goes into... Oh, damn it. Boop. Into retarded, because if you get upset at it, you're a fucking retard. For one, it's a 4chan fucking slur. Who gives a fuck? But also nicely said, because that's kind of fucking funny. That's like obscure level shit, unless you're a 4chan fanatic. So I will give you the nicely said. The next one is Peckerwood. That one's kind of funny. I'm not gonna lie. If I can fucking find it. Here we go. Southern African American people and upper class white people against the poor rural white people. Fucked up part is it has no description, but I thought Peckerwood sounded funny. And honestly, you get the description, you get the implication from just the target and the origin. So I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna put it in well played because that's fucking funny. Especially if it works. So if it works, right? It's kind of fucking funny. I'm not gonna lie. I like it. It goes into this one. The well played. Next up, this is alright, Pindos. Let me find that one. Hang on. Huh. That's an interesting one. So Pindos originates in Russia against the Americans. Again, universal disparaging term to refer to all Americans. Related slur terms can refer to the United States, such as Pindosia, Pindostan, okay, and United States of Pindosia. Alright, that's actually kind of fucking funny. I'm not gonna lie. I like it. It's going in nicely said because it's an all-encompassing term, and it's pretty fucking funny with the extra names they made up for it. So I'll allow it to stay in nicely said. Other than that, it's not very impressive. But it is still kind of funny because at least they're fair. Okay, Pilak is the next one. Sabahans against the Filipinos. So regional word for silver or money, particularly targets immigrants. That's kind of all it says, which is, excuse me, kind of weird. But honestly, I'm not gonna lie. Based off of what the information I currently have, lame as titties. And if anything, you're retarded for being upset about it. So, because again, you could just say silver or money, and therefore, yeah, you could argue by being calling you silver, it's like second rate, so therefore you're lesser. So I guess I won't put it in there, but I'm still gonna put it in lame as titties, because I guess some people would be annoyed at being called second rate or something like that. Anyway, pink pig, another one for white people. The thing is, it doesn't have a fucking description, and I kind of want to look it up right now so I have it. Let me do that. Hang on a second, please, while I look this up. Let's see, pink pig meaning. What the fuck? That's weird. Okay, it's a drink too. What the fuck? Okay. Slang? That's weird. Okay. I actually can't find one. Interesting. It's only coming up with regular pig. I swore I had a meaning for this before. But on this other one? No, I guess not. Okay, that's weird. I guess I don't have an actual definition for it. I just thought it was kind of funny. It's South Africans against the white people. I really hate the fact that I don't have a meaning for it, so I don't want to put it on the tier list because I don't have one. I usually don't pick one. I usually avoid picking ones that don't have a meaning. But I messed up on this one because I saw it was that, so that's unfortunate. I guess I'll go ahead and ignore that one because I don't have a meaning for it and I can't properly list it. So I am a little disappointed. It sounded funny as hell. But I will not be putting it anywhere. Because again, I can't. Anyway, next. That's on here too, right? Sure. Oh, I guess that one's not. Oh, here it is. Also, it doesn't have a meaning. But again, it's just another way for black people. Porch monkey is just another thing for black people. This one came from Uncle Ruckus as well. Thank you, Uncle Ruckus, for your wisdom. And for some reason, hatred of black people. I respect the fuck out of you for it, for being so honest. Anyway, not gonna lie, lame as titties. It's not even honestly, I don't get it at all. And it's people like, oh, because they used to have them on the porch as slave and shit. And I'm like, okay, well, again, lame as titties. It's still annoying. Like, wow, you guys couldn't come up with anything fucking better. Like, I'm sorry, but when it comes to slurs, especially for black people have some of the worst slurs on the planet. Like, they either mean something else, or they're just dumb as fuck sounding. Like, at least Jigaboo sounds funny. You know what I mean? Like, that's, like, the only one that's kind of funny. Darky is, like, dumb, because it just means you have dark skin. So why the fuck, like, that's like calling a white man a cracker. Like, you should not give a fuck. Again, porch monkey, same thing. That's like calling them a mayonnaise monkey. Why do you give a fuck? It's kind of stupid. Again, dumb as shit. Anyway. God damn, I have a problem with looking at funny ones and not looking all the way across. Porridge wog is against Scots, but again, for some reason, it does not have a definition. I'm kind of fucking annoyed by this. What the hell? Neither does prairie nigger, but we know what that one's for. We know what prairie nigger is for. This one, honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I'll put it in basic. Because again, it's just, actually no, even lame as titties. Porridge wog, unfortunately, I will not be rating it because apparently it doesn't have a definition. I apologize. Prairie nigger, on the other hand, hardcore goes into kind of lame as titties. Not gonna lie. And retarded as well. Because again, if you get upset being called that, you're a fucking retard. So, I'll call it there too. But again, it's really whatever. So, next up, we go into the letter R's. That's right, guys. The letter R. Which, starting off with redneck. Now this one, I swear to God, if it doesn't have a fucking definition, I might actually kind of crash out. We're not doing any letter Qs. There were no different interesting ones there, so it's whatever. That's actually kind of funny. I guess I'll go ahead and do this honorable mention. Red leg. It originates in Barbados against white people. Used to refer to the island's laborer class, given how pale skin tends to burn easily. So it just means you're just white. Like, that's it. It just means you're white. Honestly, it's kind of lame, but I thought it was neat because it's like, again, redneck. Which actually runs together with the trifecta. Because I have the other two next in the run. But red leg was just kind of boring. But I'll say it here at least to say it. Redneck is United States, his origin against white Americans, applied to working class white people perceived to be crass, unsophisticated, and reactionary, closely associated with rural whites of the southern United States. Fair enough. Personally, you're a retard if you get upset about it. But it is funny to say, but ultimately it does not go any higher than basic as fuck. Because again, it's just better ones. Like again, mayonnaise monkey, for fuck's sake. Use that one. It's funny as hell. So, again, could be better. You have better choices. Red skin is used against Native Americans, often used in the name of sports teams, such as Washington Redskins, now known as the Commanders. Again, let me actually look up this article, see Native American controversy. I probably don't give a fuck. That's not the point. I might as well look to get some shit. Come on, tell me about that shit, you bitch. So it's just talking about red power. Are you serious? Fucking losers. That's funny. Controversial terminology. Huh. Okay. It's weird, but okay. Here we go. Both Americans and Europeans have historically called Native Americans Red Indians. The term was largely used in the 18th to 20th centuries, partially based on the color metaphors for race, which colonists and settlers historically used in North America and Europe, and also distinguished Native Americans from Indian people of India. Redskins is now mostly seen by Native Americans in particular, as pejorative and offensive. Losers. As it is the term that was used for body parts used as proof of kill when Native Americans were hunted by bounty hunters, colonists on the frontier. Okay, cool. Then maybe you should have just got good, I guess. Whatever. That's what I think. I think anybody like that, you should just get good. That's my personal opinion. I know, there's like, oh, they didn't have enough. Yeah, okay, but oh fucking well, I guess. It's the world, bro. Should have got good. But yeah, so that's kind of it. It's just they don't like it because it was used to prove that they killed them for bounties, okay? Wow. Anyway, I'm not gonna lie. Kind of lame. Like, lame as titties. I mean, the history's kind of neat, but it does not it's not enough to bring it to basic tier. And so it's going in lame as titties. Yeah. And honestly, if you get upset by being called a redskin, you're retard. You're straight up retarded. Very good, class. Very good. Very good, class. I'm very proud of you. You're learning. All right. Next on the list. Ruining. Where are you? Here we go. South African is the origin. Against the British people, and it's just slang for a person of British descent, so, you know, nothing special, honestly. If it was, I'm pretty sure it's not pronounced Ruinek, but I don't care, it's funny. I'll pronounce it however the fuck I decide I want to, because fuck you can't tell me what to do. It's still going in lame as titties, because it is pretty basic, but it's super fucking basic. This one's kind of funny, the next one, starting off us off with the letter S. Sarong Party Girl. That's funny. It originates in Singapore, and it's used on Asian women. Used to ridicule Asian women who exclusively date, marries, and socializes with white men for ulterior motives, usually sexual, social status, and monetary purpose. So basically, it calls them a gold-digging whore, which honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I will be real with you. Sarong Party Girl goes in well said. Because I have never heard of this one, and it's fucking kind of funny. Like, I ain't even gonna lie, I like it more than I like gold digger as a fucking thing. Like, yes, it's more of an insult than a slur, but because it specifically says Asian women, it is technically a slur in my opinion. And it is funny, so I'll allow it. Therefore, it's okay. So, fuck yeah. Next up is Savage. Kind of lame, honestly. But basically, it originates in England against indigenous people or non-Christians. Basically, it just considers other people primitive or uncivilized. Sometimes a legal term, which is hilarious. Targets include indigenous tribes and civilizations in North America, South America, Asia, Oceania, and Africa. U.S. examples include 1776 Declaration of Independence, merciless Indian savages. Oh, funny. In 1901 Supreme Court, De Lima versus Bidwell, ruling describing Guam, Puerto Rico, and the Philippines as savage tribes. That is fucking funny. I'm not gonna lie. Honestly, I'm gonna be real. Lame as fuck. But it's also pretty basic. Like, I'll allow it to be both. Because it's like, it is lame, because again, you could pick anything better. But it's basic because it's such a common slur. But it's not even really a slur in my opinion, that's why it's also lame as titties. Like, these are less slur and just more stupid. But just not stupid enough to be, retarded. So, okay. Schluchtenschieber is obviously German, against Austrian people. Translates to somebody defecating in a cave. Word for word translation, gorge shitter. Oh, that is fucking funny. That's going in nicely said. I don't give a fuck. That is hilarious. Like, that's going in nicely said. Hard fucking core. Gorge shitter? Dude. Actually, you know what? I might even call that in well played. I was thinking about it. But no, nicely said is the most accurate for me. That is fucking hilarious. I'm not even gonna lie. That was funny. Gorge shitter. I could never imagine being called a gorge shitter. That's crazy. But also funny. Oh, here we go. Jew on Jew racial violence. Here we go. Schwartz Kahie. Ashkenazi Jews is the origin against the Mizrahi Jews. Literally translates to black animal. God damn, Jews go hard on this shit. I respect that. That's going in fucking nicely said. Again, I was going to put it in well played, but I'm like, you know what? It just means black animal. Like, I don't really give a fuck. It's not impressive. But it is enough to get put into well nicely said. Like, I'll let it be put there. Because it is kind of fucking funny. If I remember right, isn't the next one also Jew on Jew? Or is it just Jew based? I have a lot. I like to, funny thing is, people can't even say, oh, that's anti-Semitic. Fuck you. I got everybody on this fucking list. Everyone I could get, I put on this fucking list. Jews was just funnier. Yeah, okay. Sheeny is another one. United States against Jewish people. It just means untrustworthy Jew. I'm not going to lie. I'm putting it in basic. Because yes, you don't hear it very often. Like, I've never heard anybody call a Jew a sheeny. But honestly, I'm not going to lie. It just means untrustworthy. You're kind of a dumbass. I don't really. I'm also going to put you in retarded if you get mad at it. Well, nah, you know what? I will. Because again, they call Jews greedy, untrustworthy looks all the time. Like, if you get mad at being called an untrustworthy person, you're just a fucking retard. Like, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm definitely... Oh, that is fucking funny. Oh, it doesn't have a thing, that's why. I was gonna wonder why I didn't put that. Okay, so, shiksa, or shikets. Yiddish speakers against non-Jewish. It literally is from Yiddish. Shikets from Hebrew, shikets. It just translates to abominations. I'm not even gonna fuck with you, that is hardcore. And the fact that they split it between male and female, bro, well played. Like, well fucking played. That adds a whole nother level to your racism. And I fucking respect you for it. You know what I mean? Like, I do. I respect you for it. The fact that you took the time to gender your slur makes me actually kind of respect you. This one's going in retarded, by the way. The next two. Shit skin or shit lip. I'm not gonna lie. It just means you have dark shit-colored skin complexion. That's it. North America, United Kingdom is the origin against Muslims and black people. Yeah, retarded. If you get pissed off at shit skin or shit lip, you're a retard, you have literally no reason to get upset at this. You're just a fucking retard. It's basically more of an insult than a slur. Next, I'm not even gonna waste my time on that one, so we're going on to the next one. Shylock. Where are you at, bitch? Or shyster. Jewish people perceived as greedy or usurious. From the antagonistic character of Shylock, a Jewish moneylender in William Shakespeare's play, The Merchant of Venice. I put this one on the list because it's from Shakespeare, for fuck's sake. Hardcore, it's going into retarded, because if you get mad at this, you're a fucking retard. Because it's fucking Shakespeare, what'd you expect? But also, nicely said, because that would be funny to hear. So it goes in both. I'll allow it. Next is, we're actually getting to the end of the list. We're getting, guys, our time together is coming to a close. I'm not gonna lie. I think if I'm thinking right. Oh, wait, hang on. Boop, and boop, and then boop back. Spade is the next one. And if I remember right, I think this one's also going in retarded. Just because it's kind of stupid. Okay, that's not a good way to describe it, but alright. Let's see. Come on, where you at? There it is. Yeah, all I have is spade is used against black people. Recorded since 1928 OED from the playing card suit. I'm not gonna lie. Like, that's not really good. I don't know why I put this one on the list. Uncle Ruckus, that's why. I put it on the list from Uncle Ruckus. That's why I did it. It goes in retarded. Yeah, because if you get mad at being called a spade, because first off, when I hear spade, I think shovel, like the shovel head, like a spade. That's what they used to be called. So if you get mad at being called a spade, you are, what is it, class? Retarded! Exactly. That's correct. You are fucking retarded. Alright, next is spick. United States. Oh, actually, this is funny. Spick, spiga, or spaghetti. Yeah, I'm not even kidding. Those are all on here. It's funny as fuck. So, United States is the origin against Hispanic people. First recorded use is 1950. Believed to be a play on the Spanish accented pronunciation of the English word speak. May apply to Spanish speakers in general, and originally applied to Italians and Italian immigrants as well. So, you see that, Hispanics? You're fucking retards, because we also said it to fucking Italians, so eat shit. Also, Italians? Go eat shit. Because, like, damn. Imagine getting put up with those guys. So, yeah, I think retarded, personally. Just that meaning alone, based off of a funny way to say speak, it's just fucking retarded. Like, I don't see why people are mad about that. Anyway. What the fuck? Oh, okay, I somehow missed that one. So these ones were out of order. South Peel. South African to white English speakers. An Afrikaans term abbreviated as Saudi and translates as salt penis. Yes, salt penis. You heard me correct. That's funny as fuck. It derives from the Boer Wars, where it was said that British soldiers had 1 foot in the United Kingdom, 1 foot in South Africa, and their penis dangled in the Atlantic Ocean, filled with salt water. I ain't even gonna fuck around. That's going in nicely said. Because that's fucking funny. When I saw salt penis and then it described it, I'm like, yo, that is actually kind of fucking funny. Like, I'm putting that in nice. Actually, you know what? Well played as well. I was going to say well played. So, yeah, we'll put it in both. Very nice. Very nice. I like that one. Squaw, retarded, not going to lie, it's lame as titties. All it means is whore, a Native American whore. Mostly against Native American women. It's pretty fucking lame. I'm not going to lie. Lame as titties. Not even retarded, because, again, I could see why you'd be upset. But, just lame as titties. It's not a good one. The next two, both, I think, go in retarded. Because, again, but they're both, like, back to back, pretty much. Oh, wait, I didn't pick that one? That's weird. Oh, okay. That's weird. So teabag is from South Africa, as well as teapot, I think. Black and Cape-colored or colored individuals who have light skin. That pretty much says enough. Basically, if you're black, it basically is like mixed racism. So, like, you look white, but you are black, so therefore you're a tea bag. You know what I mean? Like, you have light skin, you're not quite white. So, mixed racism. And then teapot, just for black people, originates from the 19th century. Basically, it would imply it works with teabag. Not gonna lie, both of them are in fact, retard tier. Because anybody who gets, like, mad at this is retarded, and it's not even good, in my opinion, so they're also going in lame as titties. So please, don't be too retarded. And most of these are pretty retarded. There's a lot more in here than I thought, but a lot less than I expected. There's a lot more in the higher tiers, like nicely said and well played, than I expected there to be. I'm not gonna lie, I did not expect to put cheese-eating surrender monkeys here, but it is just, as I said, barely. It is so on the edge, but I just have the feeling it is. So therefore, I'll allow it. Let's see. Hang on. Tico is from Indonesia against native Indonesia people. Wow, that's crazy. Basically, it stands for Tikus Kotor, which is dirty rat. But it also derives from Hokkien Tico, which means brother of a pig, referring to the majority Muslim heritage. I'm not gonna lie. Nicely said. Very nice. I will let them have that. It is relatively nice. So I'll allow nicely said for Tico. It's funny. It's interesting. Has good meaning. I'll allow it. Next is Timur. Doesn't have an origin that I'm aware of, but it's against Syrian people from Damascus. Refers to the children born of the mass rapes that the Turco-Mongol Tartar soldiers in Timur committed against the Syrian women of Damascus in the siege of Damascus in the 1400s. In all honesty, kind of retarded, because why would you be upset? Like, the only reason you'd be upset is if you were a victim, and nobody is nowadays. And again, you could be like, oh, but that's my ancestry. Okay, and who gives a fuck? It was more of an identifier than a slur, so fuck off. This one was kind of funny, so I allowed it. Touch of the tar brush. So, it was used, not at all what you really think, used by the Commonwealth to target white people with suspected non-white ancestry. So yes, it's actually a white people slur. That's right. Not a black people slur, like you would think. I'm sure a lot of people did. Let's be real. Phrase for a person of predominantly European ancestry with real or suspected African or Asian distant ancestry. I'm not gonna lie, nicely said only because it's pretty cool. So I'll put it in nicely said. Other than that, I'm not gonna lie, you get mad at it, you're also kind of a retard. So I'll put it here in retarded as well. Now, the one after this next one is so fucking big and retarded, I'm gonna put it in bold because it is the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard. And I hate anyone who made this up, genuinely. Next is Turco, with a K. There we go. Not with a C, by the way. There is two. There's one with C that just means Turk in Portuguese and Spanish. And then one that's spelled with a K that is for, again, Jew-on-Jew racism. Sephardic Jews is the origin against the Ashkenazi Jews. And it's a Ladino word meaning Turk. Which, again, goes in retarded tier because the exact history of the term is uncertain, but possibly refers to the Khazar hypothesis of Ashkenazi ancestry. Again, this one goes in retard tier because it's just calling a Jew a Turk, which, again, kind of fucking retarded to get mad at, because if you're not, then why do you care? And also, who gives a fuck anyway? Like, that's kind of fucking stupid. This next one, though, this one right fucking here is fucking retarded. When I found this out, I almost genocided a couple people. That was wild to me. I heard type C. First off, this one I'm going to say first, because it's kind of funny. Twinkie, not to be confused with twink, which is gay slang. Honorable mention, I might even put it on the list. United States is the origin against European Americans and Asian Americans. Basically, European Americans with few or no social or genealogical links to an indigenous tribe who claims to be Native American, particularly a New Age practitioner, purporting to be a spiritual leader, healer, or medicine man / woman. See also plastic shaman, also an Asian American who has become assimilated into mainstream American culture. See banana, coconut, Twinkie. Coconut? I didn't know. But yeah, so that one's kind of lame, but the first part's kind of funny. So I'll put it in well played, because who the fuck is going to hear about Twinkie? But also kind of lame as titties, because, like, wow, you're fucking stupid. So it's going in both. Now this one, type C. Anyone who made this up can go, the Malaysians, you all can go fuck yourselves. I hate you. So Malaysia uses it against Chinese people. Type C was another name for USB-C before being used as a slur referring to Chinese people. Its proclaimed meaning is type Chinese. Yo, Malaysia, you need to get your fucking racism game up, because that is a terrible slur. Like, y'all couldn't come up with anything better than type Chinese, type C. Ha 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 ha. We're so good at this. No, you fucking idiots. You're horrible at it. It's not even a good slur. I looked at it and wondered why a charger type was on here. Y'all are lucky I get paid not to murk you losers. And it would be a lot of work to reach into your fucking dimension to murk you. Because it's just so fucking dumb it goes in retarded, and by default is emboldened. Extra retarded. Like, I'm not even, like, mad at it. I'm just disappointed and mad at you losers. Like, the slur itself, I don't give a fuck. I think it's stupid. But it is a slur, and I don't care. But you people need to think of a better name, because I've been calling my chargers type C chargers all the time. So, pick a different fucking thing. It's already used. Fucking losers. Fucking moron. Who the fuck ever would use this slur? Anyone who uses this slur is a retard. Because it makes no actual fucking sense. Like, it doesn't even make sense at all. We're going to skip U and V. There's no funny slurs in there or anything. And go straight to Wagon Burner for another Native American target. Of reference to when Native American tribes would attack wagon trains during the wars on the Eastern American frontier. I like it. I think it's nicely said. So we're going to use it. Here we go. I like it. It definitely is cool. And in my opinion, honestly, I'm not even going to lie, it's also going to go in retarded tier. Because if you get mad at this, you're just a fucking retard. Like, I'm sorry. Like, again, this is similar with Oven Dodger. I take it as a compliment. It means we were capable of taking these things down. So I don't know why anybody would be mad about it. Next is Wetback, which is mostly used against undocumented immigrants, which is illegal immigrants. Let's be real. Undocumented is retarded. They're illegal. Be real. Because last I checked, coming into a place without permission is a crime. But then again, I don't really give a fuck either. So, refers to illegal immigrants. I'm changing that word because that's fuck you. Residing in the United States, originally applied specifically to illegal Mexican and migrant workers who'd cross the United States via the Rio Grande River to find work in the United States. The word's meaning has since broadened to any illegal person who enters the United States via the southern border, because they'd have to go through the water and their back would get wet. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna put it in nicely said for creativity, not because it's actually good. But it is creative, in my opinion. But at the same time, it's, like, lame as fuck. Not quite lame as titties, but basic as fuck. I'll allow it. And now, the next one, the second to last, our penultimate slur of the tier list. Hang on. Wigger. Pretty funny. Basically, an Irish version of white trash, or redneck. Originated in the United States against Irish people. Used in 19th century United States to refer to the Irish. It's sometimes used today in reference to white people in a manner similar to white trash or redneck. So basically, like nigger is to black people, but except nigger actually just means retard, but then it was changed to mean black trash, that sort of shit. So basically, you could argue the same thing. Also refers to white youth that imitate urban black youth by means of, oh, hey, okay, fucking losers. Black youth by means of clothing style, mannerisms, slang speech. Also used by radical Quebecois in self-reference, as in the seminal 1968 book, White Niggers of America. That's interesting. I like that. I'm not gonna lie. For the funniness, I'll put it in nicely said. Because most people wouldn't expect anyone to say that. But because of the history behind it, it's pretty solid too. So I'll put it in nicely said. And then our last slur of the day, skipping X and Y, we go straight to Z. Because there were no good ones in X and Y. Straight to, where you at? Zidovka, or Zidovka. Okay, that's stupid. East Slavic language speakers against Jewish people. This one's actually fucking huge. Originally neutral, as in other Slavic languages, but became pejorative as debate over the Jewish question and the anti-Semitism in the Russian Empire intensified in the end of the 19th century. While still in official use during the Ukrainian War of Independence and the short-lived Belarusian Democratic Republic, its use was banned by the Soviet authorities, which had previously been campaigning against its usage in the 1930s. The usage of the word Zid in Polish depends on capitalization and grammatical form. Uppercase Zid, with a Z, is neutral and denotes Jews in a general, or Jews as a nationality. The lowercase form, Zid, plural Zidzi, denotes a follower of Judaism. Both are neutral. Weird. I mean, if it denotes them, then would it not be negative? But okay. Related terms are considered offensive. Alternative plural Zidi or diminutive Zedek. Not gonna lie, doesn't tell me a lot. Because it just says denotes. So I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna be relatively mid on this and say basic as fuck. And lame as titties. It's gonna be both. So, lame as titties, because again, it's just a denoting. But also basic, because I feel like a lot of people probably use it. And that, my friends, is the slur tier list as of Uncle Ruckus, the Racist Dictionary, and the Wikipedia list of ethnic slurs. All the ones that I picked out personally, and sorting through the ones that either have no meaning, as best I could, or were just like basic words, like more epithets than slurs. Anyway, that's right, only 3 in the top for perfection. Personally, I only really count retarded as a true perfection. Dunkun is just a rolls off and it's funny. So therefore it hits it because it rolls off so well. It's not truly perfection. I guess I could also put it in well played as well. I think I will. But it is relatively okay in this part. So, and that, ladies, gentlemen, and those of you of any other personal preference, is the Slurs Through Time tier list. Again, not a lot of time and aging, but I definitely like it. I think I did relatively well. I worked very hard on this, and it may not seem like it, but it did. Okay? I like it. If you have any, actually, hell, if any of you ever watch this in the future and want to take your own crack at it, please, by all means, go educational style. Let me see some more slur decisions on this shit. Hell, if you want to make your own list of slurs and do a tier list, go ahead. It's purely educational. There's nothing wrong with this. Okay? Because a slur is only a slur when you intend it to be a slur. Therefore, if you are educational, like just now, and don't intend it to be a slur, then therefore, it's not a slur. Also, remember slur etiquette, people. If you wouldn't say a slur, then you are allowed to say other people shouldn't say it either, as long as you do not say the slur. However, if you say the slur, do not get upset when other people do it, or else you are a, what is it, kids? A retard! That's right! You're a retard. Because if you say the slur, that means other people are allowed to as well. And if you try to say they can't, you are retarded. That's right, retarded. I apologize for the small. I'm going to go ahead and actually up the size of this a little bit. Subtitle. It may be a little big right there, but again, I do maybe a little lower to heading. I want everybody to kind of be able to see them. There we go. Perfect. That should be more than enough. Right? Yeah, it should be. But yes, this is the slur tier list. If you want to take the last few seconds to pause and read it, see where everything is. Again, these are also, let me go ahead and increase the size of these. These are my things that I use to search it. It's not a lot, but it's better than none. Also, Uncle Ruckus, shout out. My main racist man. I kind of respect you for being so honest. I mean, you're still a douche, but you know what? It's funny, so I'll allow it. Anyway, this is it for the slur tier list. Again, purely educational. There's nothing wrong with this. I am teaching people about slurs to the best of my ability. And nothing more than that. I do not mean it in any bad way because honestly, I hate every single mortal in existence. You all suck, aside from a select few, and that I personally choose, and therefore it doesn't count. But the rest of you all suck. And you're all kind of petty retards half the time, and sinful, cretinous monsters that I despise. However, I've been asked not to be overly cruel and wipe you all out, and there's the only reason you still exist. Therefore, this is Alex Uchia, and I will catch you all on the flip side. If I see you there. Good night, everybody!